So it's proven that I've been able to show up for myself, show out even with everything that's been given to me and handed down to me. You know, these people play as if I don't care about them, when in reality I care so much about them. But I'm not going to continue to downplay my own self to allow people to perform in a way against my spirit, to literally train me to know for myself that what energy they show has nothing to do with love and supporting and being reciprocating energy inside of any kind of loving fashion. And nobody should. So it's the same thing that it comes to knowledge base when you're talking about legitimately having to study forever and ever and ever. Excuse me. Confirmation, I guess. um, but literally having to study forever about these covert things that were happening in my life to learn what is this and why is this happening, and and literally being placed inside of that energy for my whole life, where it's not allowing me to even study the things like say for an example, you'll go on Yandex or you'll go on Google and you'll be looking stuff up, and you'll go back and you'll be writing, you'll be going on YouTube videos, you'll get to the third, fourth, fifth, sixth video or whatever, wherever it lands, that'll legitimately suggest oh, this is what's happening. Okay, so I'm gonna put this together now. You know what I mean? And then just because you're willing to coagulate the idea and critically think through things in the ideas of what's happening, all of a sudden these systems are trying to make you out to be someone you're not. But the fact of the matter is you have more self-control than what these people are trying to entail as the trolls per se, trolling your energy. So it's just a side note. For an example, they murdered Stanley Meyer for making or Meager, sorry, I don't know exactly how to say his name, but they killed him for making a water-powered VW, which would end a whole lot of things out here that are legitimately draining people's energy, right? For that fake dollar that's not backed by anything. Where they're all, they're, like I've said before, they're trying to get us on this grid to make $50 after so many transactions all go back to the bank, whereas a $50 bill stays a $50 bill. There's no, even if it's a 0.01% transaction fee on a digital currency, after so many transactions, whoa, I almost spilled. After all those transactions, that value goes all the way down to nothing in the hands of the pockets of the people, or hands in the digital currency of the people, and goes all the way back to the bank. So if you prove that, which many times it's been proven that there's free energies out here ever since investors in the 1920s. And they've literally made laws where if you threaten that economic slave-made system that's made to abuse you and energy harvest off of your energy, in order to keep you in that gridlocked system, they will basically lock you down to the main vein in order to break you, track you, hack you, hijack you. They'll target you, and in other ways that are going through life, through other reasons even, these people can proxy make your reality. They can control your relationships. And I can see how people can think like, oh, that's not possible. No one can control your mind or control your reality, yada yada. And all of that sounds well and good, but the fact of the matter is that with calculated poisonings and calculated ways, these people can definitely alter your reality, alter your consciousness, or even someone of your own family or people within your own family can use to attack you in suggesting like you don't have the right to speak. Like it's about control. It's about muzzling. It's about muzzling your voice, stopping your voice. And so even though I have love for them, as far as I can bring love in any kind of fashion, I don't know how to like show people that like you can love people absolutely, but when these people are like attacking your design of who you are and who you want to be in order to like project onto you, it's like it's like project uh volatile projection onto the outcome of another person's reality that are definitely lining these like satanic elites pockets with blood money, because they're like literally staging you up inside of a life that's poisoning, hacking, hijacking. And when like just say for the littlest example of hacking you, that's not only stopping your outreach, that's literally taking all of the energy that you paid for your own phone, your own internet, to sit there at the keyboard, putting things together, it's taking away all of that past time and energy for your creativity in order to take all of that energy away as well. So it's energy harvesting, even if people don't want to see it or have the spiritual eyes enough to see it. It's literally how these people are definitely lining the pockets of these satanic elitists' agenda. And so people will continue to play out this fake out in these future faking ways, even over their own children, their own family members, their own people within the community, because they don't want you to see the truth of what's going on. And that's why they're performing those fake outs. And isn't it just sad? Isn't it just so sad? They literally salute the machine and the mechanics of these engineers in order to take away true education of teaching young minds how to think. And instead of how to think, they're training people on what to think. And that's not education. That's literally you soak this information up or you get hit with brute force. Well, when it's all on Google, when it's all like you can study these things, you can look things up, you can find things, right? And these things could be like even manufactured for like putting things out in the open, meaning for it to be found specifically so they can find people to target you. So we know we're in danger because it's like a training ground where people are literally like taking their educational system of what to think, not how to think, but what to think, as though it's the gospel. And they're literally protecting it like it's the gospels. And then you have people in danger because even though you're trying to do right by your own humanity, you're for yourself, but your own people, you can suggest to healing energies, say with Ayurvedics or with holistics instead of chemicalized sociopathic witchcraft and sorcery in allopathic care, for an example. And I'm not saying that all these people are wrong or that all these people are they don't mean well. You know what I'm saying? But when there is these free pathways to energy, why do you think that they're spraying our skies? Why do you think they're spraying our crops? Why do you think they're enhancing nanotechnology and all this other BS out here? It's because people are on the guard, delivering truth bombs out here over their availability and ability of themselves to future fake and create these fake outs of a whole legal system that's like playing within jurisdiction, right? Playing as if they have jurisdiction, I should say, because they aren't even allowing for people to have and own the identity of the straw man that they're giving you when they're creating these fake outs, because it's leaving truth tellers in a whole bloodbath of themselves and a whole dumpster fire of their idiocy that they're creating to play up about on human life. And I'm so sorry for humanity. I feel really bad for humanity because it's like, oh, like 8 billion people and we can't even get along and there's no actual real living going on out here anymore, right? And the law suggests to anything that reduces your costs of energy by 80% or more, so as soon as it hits the patents process, all of your information gets turned over to the military because now you're a threat to their economic status quo, more like a status zero, because these people are just, these billionaire deletes are like literally trying to subtract from human life on all forms of it. And it's why there's billions of us out here, or millions and millions at least, that are just left in a lonely, isolated reality, being boxed in. We don't have the rights to our identity. And I'm talking about the integral identity there, but we don't have the rights to even the straw man created corporate fictionalized identity, the all caps name, the straw man that they create for us to have to. Do you understand? In courts where it's like, no, I don't. I don't stand under your authority, your boot thuggish authority over what you're doing to me, because I can't make sense out of any of it. Because what they've done to brains out here is making people so that they can't think for themselves or do any research into the truth. They just want to play this fake out over a whole charade of people, humanity, so that people can't do any thinking for themselves. And as far as their own hearts, to any kind of heart level, or souls, to any soul level of like communication, these people literally don't have any balls anymore. And by balls, I mean they aren't brave. They're literally and clearly not brave. But the fact of the matter is that they're relating these things to the same synchronization as idiocy. Because it takes risk to earn reward. Where you might not know if you're ever going to make it out of this type of slave-made electronic security system of the machine trying to eliminate you from discovering that there's any kind of free energy or free capacity so that you can eliminate the costs of all this bullshit that's literally stealing away your time and energy. They want you to go to work to pay them. And that's it. Like, they don't want you to live a life. They don't want you to synchronize with each other. They don't want people out here in the streets, like, creating real live events to change things, or real charitable missions, or real businesses that can help people. No, they want people as slaves, made up by a broken system that's literally like hanging on the red balls of Satan and all of his stupid degenerates all hanging on his satchel like, oh, I don't know, I think they're like sucklings on the satanic shit camp design out here. So obviously you're going to have people that are going to troll you. They're going to literally troll you and troll your energy Just like the Pharisees did back in the day, making Judas turn on Jesus. So Judas was playing two-faced ways. That's what they're going to do with these Freemasonry cuckolds. Cuckolding the value of their trafficking and their sex traffic rituals and blah blah blah, but people don't want to, if people want to think for themselves, they don't want to see this stuff. And I honestly think that it's just coming full scale today, where it's like, in a noonday structure of like today's day and age, it's like, it's much like the Tartarians' day, where they want to like somehow create the mudslides and be like, we have to stop this right now. The transmission of truth is going too far. But it's like a lot of us are out here trying to literally break through that algorithm. That, like, why should we care? Like, you like literally want every single fucking shitlin out here to be a fucking slave by your slave-made fucking way of a design over people's actual living that we could be doing. Also, you group thinkers, these group thinking idiots out here that don't want us to be angry about what they're doing to us and about how they're playing us, when it's not necessarily that we are angry, but we've just woken up to the slave-made system that they have literally been the fake outs of that anger towards us in the first place. Like, more like hatred. And then because we see their hatred, they're like playing on these identity cards of like literally holding our identification away from us, so that not only do we literally have to try and own the identity of their thieving on our identity, which is what they do. That's kind of like the fake out that they're doing, is they're like, oh, well, you're trying to do this and move this way or that way. Well, now we're going to create this for you. They're utilizing the identity theft to then say, oh, well, now you got this fine and this fee and whatever. And they're going to literally, like, fake out the rest of the public that's stupid enough to, like, buy into this shit. That you're like, okay, so you made me a slave this long to an identity theft, like an identity that I don't even have. And now you're going to create more blight over the blight that's already there. That's coercion of control, and people conform to this coercion, which is just completely just blows my fucking mind, man. Because then all of a sudden you're being led into this coercion of violence that these people are playing a whole game to leave you in that theft. And because they've left you in that theft, now you have to pay. Now you have to pay for it. It's your job to pay for their thieving on your identity. Totally character assassinating a person. No identity. No structural integrity. No structural education. You're just in a fucking prison in your own body. Your own ability. Your own agility. Your sound mind. Your free will. Your opinion. Your writing. Just say you're like your own art. You're like a painter or writer, right? And so that's legitimately what they want to like place whole humanity into this slave-made slave ship, whole dumpster fire of a wreck ship design. That's why people in certain lesser crimes, if you ask me, are getting like life sentences while they're allowing rapists to run free. They're protecting these people where it's clearly that even 8-year-olds have more of a capacity of their own minds than hundreds of these dumpster fire idiot fucking balloon for brains. Just nothing but air in there as far as the soul level and heart level of anything. As if they have the capacity to even play at these state levels, trying to perform the identity theft or use that identity theft as a way to suggest that you can even be treated in that fashion where it's like they know you don't have 15,000 extra dollars to pay for a liar, and they're going to give you this bar association's, fictional legal situation to transmute, like to literally mutate natural law and common law into their fictional dumpster fire of the color of law, as if they have jurisdiction over your autonomy and over your identity, over your energy. And they can't provide any proof at all that they can establish justice for people, allow them to liberty, the pursuit of their love lives, the pursuit of their own agility, free will, and what they would otherwise be. And so far, it's just a fraud that's gone on for so long inside of human life that people just simply don't want to understand it, or they don't want to grow apart from the slavery that they're in, because they're too afraid to step out of the pitch black box that they're in. So they're just like, well, no, we'll just continue to be slaves. We're just gonna go and we're just gonna drive our cars over to the gas station, pump up, and utilize all of their time, energy, and resources so these people can literally work out the bravery, calling it idiocy, mind you, to like be brave, and no risk, no reward. Nobody does anything but stays right in their slave ship, like, at least I'm nice and safe inside of my slave ship. I'm okay inside of my slave ship as long as I work 24 hours a day and put a battery pack on. Like they have nothing of their own common core, their common brains. They've been completely machine made, scrubbed of their original sound mind of self-control, or sound mind of being able to reason for themselves, trained numb in their skulls of like what they could actually be, how people could actually be so loving and so kind and so forthcoming, forthright, and have tenacity at all inside of the grit of human spirit. And so when people, like, okay, for an example, people have been poisoning me. They've been poisoning me so thoroughly that I literally, like, I was in bed, like, looking up at the ceiling, like, literally thinking into the skies of a black sky with stars, and going, I need to go past that. I need to get all the way to the Lord in my mind, when the Lord was, like, literally right there with me, to keep me alive, I think. Because otherwise, I think that without me going into the depths of the human spirit the way I've had to at many ages throughout my life, consecutively throughout my life and throughout my progress inside of life, I would have died. If I didn't believe in that, your body literally goes into a tailspin inside of itself because you literally can't breathe down to the cellular level. You can't think. Can't reason, you can't construct yourself how you would naturally construct yourself in the originality in which God's hands formed you in the belly of your mother. You see what I mean? And if you don't have that, well, then I'm sorry, but my personal opinion is that these people aren't brave at all. They have no bravery. And they want to suggest that you're the danger, see, to suggest to anything of it. Free energy, save people time, energy, save people the energy that they're utilizing for their Costco shopping, their Target shopping, their whatever that they're trying to do and get inside of life to fulfill their lives with some time and energy that they can set aside for themselves to actually, like, live amongst your family, your community, your circle of friends. But then you got people that are literally taking money from these people that are cuckolding people's as reality, Like, hey, would you be willing to do this favor for a guy? You literally can find that they're looking for crisis actors on fucking Backpage and Craigslist and shit. Like, these people aren't trying to like hide it from anybody. But you so much think and have the opinion that they have no right to do this, all of a sudden you're under attack. You see? All of a sudden you don't have the right to life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, love, love others or be loved in return. No, there's no reciprocation there. Don't let his wheels run, pop his tires. You know, stop him from working on any avenue that he's trying to work. When literally it's like I've worked harder than, you know, three of each of my brothers combined. I've worked harder than anybody. And they want to take away that value that I'm trying to create within the world. So that's why these trolls basically make it seem like, your bravery of coming out here in this fashion is dumb. When it's literally, they're dumb skulls. They're dumb skulls. They don't even have names and faces and purport an image for themselves online within their trolls community. They come out, they got like 2 subscribers and shit. The only thing that they comment on is your work. And anyone with any real eyes can see that these people are just literally dumb fucks. They're numbskulls. They've worked up a whole fucking murder crime spree over my life, my integrity, my identity, hacking every last corner of my life. So they not only have like a bunch of these people out here, right? And people like literally even in my own family, mind you. And it's like 100 against 1. They collect all of the information on you. They get in your energy. They love bomb you. They strategically think that they know everything about you and get everybody in its place to take power inside of your life. Oh, good luck with God, then. Good luck. I know you don't believe in God and you don't need to believe in God. I know you don't believe in the truth and you don't need to believe in the truth either, because truth and God in it of itself vibrates at its own frequency. So that's the frequency of that free energy that God put here, which is in the flower of life. All of our cells grow in the flower of life. All of everything that you know to be out here in the world grow in the flower of life. Wood, the trees, the leaves, the plants, everything. And that's the free energy that they're trying to make up with their whole grid of 5G, to make it a gridlock and to lock people in this mind control of abuse, abusive systems, abusive control, abusing your time, your energy, your resources, all because these people don't want to love. And they don't know love. God is love. They don't know love. They don't try and align their hearts and their chakras with the Lord. They don't do any such thing. They might even go and sit in church pews inside of a church and think that they're doing the good work, when literally Jesus was telling them to follow his way, getting to the people that are in blight in their life, getting to the people and helping them. Are they doing that though? I don't think so, because they literally have these world religious organizations legitimately as like a Freemasonry kind of cuckolding situation to infiltrate the churches, play up their fake made charades, and leave people in this wrecked design for human life. And if you try and get out of this wrecked design for human life and you want to have your own opinion, you don't want to be told how to think, but you want to think for yourself, and you're under attack. So that's where people are in this whole design. Because these people, they not only need to move that way, but they need to imitate your accounts utilize artificial intelligence to say the exact opposite of everything that you're saying so that they can circle back into your life, steal everything away from you for the fifth, sixth, seventh, whatever amount of times that they've been literally like hijacking you and hacking your information to take you down offline so that you can't reach Mr. Thank You or Mr. Andrew Tate or an influencer out here. And you just don't have any connection to the outside world from their shitty control of just numbskulls, dumb fucking. A fraud that's just gone so fucking far deep inside of human life that they've literally wrecked everything that has to do with real life and real living. So I personally don't think that with the amount of brains that people use out here has anything to do with them having brains at all. And they want to utilize artificial intelligence even to suggest that they're great people. While moving in this kind of fashion, literally staging up crimes inside of people's lives simply because they have an opinion from learning. Oh, I learned this too. Oh, geez. Gee whiz, bozo, I learned this too. And then just because you're literally utilizing the age of information, at the time that the age of information was there, now we're in the age of spiritual awakening and these people just can't handle it. So it's much like the Tartarian days. Oh, we need to stop this in all fronts possible. And then they're like demo-fascists. They're like, we're going to take it to the streets. We're going to take it out there to the streets then. Okay. No, and then literally you see violence all over being ensued by these people. Like, I don't know how much it takes. Like, maybe it just takes some drugs for somebody to perform a crisis acting crime. Maybe it takes like that accident I was in, $85,000. Oh, they're just $1,000 away from $86,000. I have to pay them $86,000 for trying to 86 me. Was it that I didn't die? They didn't get the extra $1,000 bonus on top of the $85,000, or what? Like, is that literally how it works? But literally, with the ways that these people have done me so fucking bad, I want to sue them. They aimed to take my entire life away. And they did. They scrubbed me up all out of my fucking brains to move in the kind of fashions that they were moving for their own affairs. To go cuckold Satan's balls. You know, being the little sucklings on Satan's balls. You know, that's what these people are like too. So I don't care. It's my opinion. I think that we have a right to our own opinion still. It might not turn out so well, and I don't really give a fuck because they've staged up my whole fucking entire life. Psh, nail me to a fucking cross. Good grief. So that's what people want to do. Oh, here we go. Here's a perfect example. Meaningless Venezuelan money because of what they've done in Venezuela. So now, look what's going to happen to our dollar bill here in America. You don't think that the same thing that's happened over in Venezuela is going to happen over here? Are you really that dumb fuck? Are you numb in your skulls? You got no brains, no bravery, just idiocy? They want to suggest that the brave are idiots when the idiots don't have any bravery. They're literally air in their brains. They can't think to communicate, and to make a mission. They gotta like utilize the system as a brandished weapon for their fucking plagiarized spiritual campaign against targets to spiritually assassinate these people, physically assassinate them, even. So anyway, if you don't have a heart's ship inside of that heart's level or soul level in order to understand this ship and this shit, enjoy your wreck ship design, because these bozos are going to be plucked into the lake of fire if they don't get on their knees and repent of their fucking sins. And if they don't want to, and excuse my French, I'm a little bit pissed off at people trying to fucking murder me. If that does that even is that even okay? Like I can be mad about people trying to murder me, right? That's still a thing. But yeah, I mean, if these people want to work in that wreck ship design that's being plagiarized inside of this life to like steal people's love lives, steal people's work lives, steal people's identification, and even the straw man that they're giving you, they want to steal away and then charge you. Charge it on you. Their whole wreck ship design. Now you got to go to work to pay for their crimes. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. They're not even allowing me to work now. You know what I mean? They're not like legitimately they're utilizing the energy that's already been placed in my life to perform these crimes as a way to incite for more crimes against me. We're literally at war then. And they don't want to suggest that we have the right to think for ourselves, to see the war before they're trying to fucking kill us and kill the good people out here who can see this shit for what it is. Okay, enjoy being a citizen. Enjoy being a shitty person like fucking Jesse. Enjoy being a shitty fucking. You want to support my dad raping his own daughter when his daughter was born with congenital heart defect? Are you fucking kidding me, G? This is what these people want to fucking protect? I'm done. I could just go on and on about this shit because it's just so fucking angering. And they want to suggest that I don't have enough to hold back on my own anger. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I know that a good 99.9% of people dealing with even a fucking little 52% or a little fucking 24% of what I've dealt with or less. I've read articles. They legitimately take the law into their own hands and end up fucking turning the gun on themselves and shit. And that's literally what I'm up against with like Heartworks. Like, I want to get into the fucking darkest, deepest places of the human spirit, and like you don't want me to be out here doing that work, then it'll be like I don't give a fuck, because that's what these people want to protect. Straight up cuckolding fucking bullshit design of a fucking worldview. Enjoy your citizenship. Your shitty is in citizenship. That's just slave made bullshit.